The cloak and armor of the ancients. The cloak. Its core is built in the well within ourselves. The path, the spiritual journey. Our shield are our guides. Our horn is our voice. Our sword is the tools we create and forge. Awaken the will. What we reap or build within it, exchange to create deep roots with our bonds, harnessed and imbued into the cloak. The purpose of it, to serve the needs of the clan and the needs of the self. The water moves between the sky and earth, an eternal cycle of transmutation. In use and action, it's the ancestral and soul magic. Approach with integrity, being of good character in nature. Storytelling, listening and sharing stories that expand and help ourselves and others, understanding the depths and lessons in them. Spellcasting and manifestation. Let intuition lead you to the development of skills and accuracy. The guardians and guides. Take responsibility for your part. Acknowledge bad habits that distract or distort in order to remedy. The connection to divine is all that matters. From an elemental aspect, fire. The fire within, the spark of the soul, our will and determination. Adapting the elements over time creates your legacy. Earth, the foundations and structures. Hope and magic starts with the vision. Air, mind and movement. Collaboration, working together, requires trust and love. Knowing. Water, the flow. Knowing through experience and concrete evolution that the experience is the culmination of the work. Knowing the true self and creating your tools is the culmination of the cloak. The cloak is what we build. It's our path. It's our practice. It's us. It's the bonds that we forge. It's the tools we create. Armor. The armor is built and used for the needs of the clan and for the self. It is used to strike or defend, the choice laying within you. We draw the warrior with it, strength and healing. It is the witch's armor, unseen yet ever present. It requires sacrifice. For prosperity, we sacrifice ourselves to ourselves. In the wisdom we gain in the journey and standing fearless in our faith and beliefs. It grows in vitality when we balance our priorities, finding the rhythm and balance in the dualities being faced. Our choices, decisions, and judgments cannot be from a place of negative dominance. Some desires are not worth acting for. Let your actions be guided by being in the service of, doing what nourishes life and the self. From the fire, the spark within, the spark of the soul, that which is connected to divine in all forms, guides nature and souls. Creation is in the depths, moving deeper into them. Earth, your foundations and structures. Accept your role, all elements of it, and be dominant within it. Mastery of the self. Air, the mind and action. Exchange in the duality will help us to stand our ground in the face of challenges. Water, the culmination, being master of voice, soul, and magic. It is the armor and the cloak together being used in unity. The cloak is what we build. It's what we create. It's the path that we forge within ourselves, the transformations and changes within us, what we're connecting to, what bonds we're forging, whether that be elements, nature, deities, divine, other spirits. It's the tools that we create through that process. It's our tools. And then the armor is how we take all of that outwards, how we use these things, how we move with them, how we act upon them in our outward actions with each other, with the wider world, with nature. When my divine was talking about cloak and armor of the ancients, something that had been lost, something we had forgotten, and I can see that in the way that we follow and just do the actions of others. I see it when we use tools. I see it when we're talking about traditions, religions. They're great starting points. They're great to help us, know where to start, gain some understanding, gain some footing. But you have to take that further. You have to go beyond it. It gives us the knowledge of how to create skills. But then we have to do something beyond that and create our own skills. It's like we learn how to write, the mechanics, the structure, the punctuation, all of these things. And then it's up to us to write the book. What that looks like. What is the story? Our spiritual journey, our path, isn't any different. It is great to have all the resources that we have in order to see all the differences between different traditions, different people, different ways people use different tools. But eventually we have to build our own because it's our path, our life. We're not the same. We have similarities. We have overlaps. But we're also different. We have different backgrounds. We have different talents. We have different things we're connected to. We have different perspectives in how we view things. A magical path and a spiritual path should not be about us changing to fit in somebody else's box, but using that box to gain understanding, knowledge, and a framework for us to crawl out of the box and create our own path, to create our own bonds. When it comes to belief and faith, for me, that comes from experience. If I haven't experienced something, and it doesn't mean provable where I can prove it to you or prove it from a scientific perspective, but if I have experience, if I experience my divine, then I'm going to believe in my divine. If I have experience with an element, then I'm going to believe in that element from a physical and a spiritual aspect. Our belief should be based on what we experience personally, what our experiences are with it. Faith is grown from that belief. That's my perspective. Crane practice is my framework. It's my structure. What I create within that, the tools that I've created for myself, the paths and the journeys, the lessons that I needed to go through for my own transformations, my own growth, the way that I do spell work, that's been forged in the journey. And it changes as I change. It's not something static. It grows as I grow, just as yours should grow as you grow. So just some things to think about. What is your cloak made of? How have you formed that? How have you stitched it together piece by piece? How are you using your armor? What does that look like for you? That outward movement of what you have grown. Is it aligned? Does it match? Is it yours? Just things to think about.